Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of clean architecture. If you've ever wondered how to structure your code for better maintainability, scalability, and testability, you're in the right place. Let's break it down in a way that's easy to understand. First off, what exactly is clean architecture? Clean architecture is a software design philosophy that aims to create systems that are easy to manage and adapt over time. It was popularized by Robert C. Martin, also known as Uncle Bob. The goal is to make your codebase flexible and resilient to change. Imagine breaking your project into neat, manageable layers, each with a specific responsibility. Sounds pretty cool, right? Alright, let's break down the 4 main layers of clean architecture. At the core, we have the entities layer. It contains the fundamental business rules and logic that define the core behavior of business objects. These are the most stable components, independent of anything else in your system. Next, the use cases layer. It contains application-specific business logic that implements particular processes or user actions by orchestrating entities and other components. Moving on, we have the interface adapters layer. This is where you translate data from the use cases to something the outside world can understand. It includes things like controllers and presenters. Essentially, it's the bridge between your use cases and your frameworks. Finally, there's the frameworks and drivers layer. This is the outermost layer that interacts with external devices and frameworks, like databases, web servers or UIs. The key here is that these external dependencies should not affect your business rules. Now, why should you care about clean architecture? Well, it makes your codebase more modular, which means you can swap out parts without breaking everything else. It also makes testing a breeze since your business logic is isolated from external factors. And, let's be honest, fewer bugs mean happier developers. So, how do you get started? Start small. Try implementing clean architecture in a new feature or a small project. Gradually refactor your existing codebase layer by layer. And remember, the goal is to create a system that's flexible and easy to understand. Now, let's look at a simple example to see how clean architecture works in practice. Imagine you're building a to-do list application. You have a task entity that represents a task in your to-do list. You have use cases like add task, complete task, and list tasks. You have controllers that handle HTTP requests and convert them into use case inputs. You also have presenters that format the response. Frameworks and drivers. This is where you interact with the web server and the database. By organizing your application this way, you ensure that your core business logic remains separate from the web framework or database technology you use. This means you can switch out or upgrade technologies without disrupting your core functionality. Here are a few key principles to keep in mind. Dependencies should always point inward, meaning your core business logic should not depend on external frameworks or tools. Each layer should have a distinct responsibility, avoiding overlap. Keep the details of your implementation hidden from other parts of the application. In conclusion, clean architecture helps in building applications that are easier to maintain, adapt, and test. By following these principles, you can create software that stands the test of time and scales gracefully. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more developer tips and tricks. Until next time, happy coding!